but we're going to start out with Zombie Rally, so I'm not going to worry too much about that right now. I am also thinking a bit about how exactly I want to try to build the sideboard here. Let's see if I can turn off Discord notifications. Notifications. Let's turn that off for now. I'm kind of thinking about how exactly I want to build the sideboard. I feel like, again, in matchups where there's graveyard hate, we have a good primary game plan of just getting some of these Corpse Knights, some of these Wayward Servants out, pinging for some damage, and then getting through for some for the rest of the damage with some Lords. And so I'm actually thinking maybe as a post-board game plan, I'll just cut the rallies and the returns and just bring in some Lords. Some Lord of the Accursed, I think. It's the thing that gives zombies menace, or it gives zombies +1/+1. You can pay 2 mana and tap to give your zombies menace. And also Grave Baron? Death Baron? I think it's Death Baron. Gives your zombies +1/+1 and Death Touch. So I'm sort of thinking about that, because I mean, we have these Fragmentizes. We can board them in to try to hit Grafdigger's Cages or Rest in Pieces or whatever other graveyard hate is floating around. I guess it doesn't hit Ashioks. It's kind of a knock against Fragmentize. So we'll see if I end up liking this Fragmentize, but I feel like it's just not an ideal sideboard plan because we're trying to draw to our Fragmentizes when we actually have a decent game plan of just attacking anyway. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. This sideboard is also very much a work in progress, but we're just going to go ahead and jump into some games and see how Zombie Rally goes. So we'll hop into Pioneer League. Nope, we're not playing Boris Feather. We're going to play Zombie Rally. That's not what I meant to click. Zombie Rally. With an Is It deck box. I don't know why. Sure. Alright, let's go. What do we have here? We've got 2 lands. Cryptbreaker. Cryptbreaker Lazatap Reaver makes me really like this hand, so I think we're going to keep this. Yeah, we'll keep this. Thoughtseize. Sure. I took Cryptbreaker, which makes a lot of sense. That's probably what you should be taking, so we'll just play this tapped. Last turn. Black-green. Sultai, some sort of Sultai. Death Shadow's not in the format, right? I will say I don't know much about what is played in the Pioneer format nowadays. I know before today there was basically Inverter, there was Lotus Breach, and some amount of mono-white Heliod combo, and now that all that has pretty much been hit along with Kethis, I don't really know what the next decks in the format are, and I feel like a lot of people are trying to figure that out. That's kind of what I'm doing. So I don't know too much what to expect here. It looks like Uro Sultai Delirium stuff. Uro I know is a card some people were talking about being good post-ban. I can see it. It seems pretty good. So we can kill the Jace, which seems pretty good, so I think we'll do that. So I create a 1/1 zombie, then this gets -2/-2. Done. There's some of these cards like Dark Salvation, Liliana that I'm not sure exactly what numbers we want them on in. Return to the Ranks also is another kind of interesting card. I think we do want some top end, but I'm not exactly sure which ones and in what combination. Scam News is going to be pretty annoying. I think I just play Liliana here and kill that. Except I'm not going to be able to kill it because I need more zombies. So I can play Crypt Breaker and Lazotep Reaver. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think I just want to play some zombies so that I can Liliana kill the Scavenging Ooze next turn. Am I definitely going to be able to do that? There's 4 creatures in the graveyard, so Scavenging Ooze could get up to a 6/6. It's not a guarantee, but as long as I can't kill the Scavenging Ooze, I think I just need to play stuff, and drawing cards with Crypt Breaker is a good way to do that. Also, the more zombies we play, the more we're draining. Lazotep Reaver plus Crypt Breaker is going to drain for 2. Or drain for 3, rather. So that's pretty good. Drain, drain. We can't attack because the Scavenging Ooze can go up to a 4/4. I'm going to draw a card now to see if we draw a land that's going to come into play tapped. We can play it right now. It's another Crypt Breaker. It's fine. I actually am interested in playing the Crypt Breaker because it represents another card we can draw. And another point of drain. If my opponent has like a language or something, I'm pretty dead, but I think I was pretty dead anyway. So I have no interest in attacking right now. I wonder if I attack with everything next turn, if that is enough to get the job done. Feeling like probably not. Opponent's a ways off escaping Uro. A couple cards. I guess Fable Passage is a card, and then we just need one more. So maybe we can actually escape an Uro this turn. That would be not ideal. But getting to draw three cards a turn is also pretty good. And we'll see if this Liliana can kill a Scavenging Ooze. It's possible. Alright. Go ahead and draw another card. Seems good. Alright. Actually drew a Fatal Push, so I think probably what I want to do right now is just Fatal Push to use an attack. It's an attack for 2, 4, 6, 8. And then any zombie is lethal. Our opponent is playing a Sultai deck. It's possible they have some sort of counter magic. But I think right now we just kind of want to go for the Fatal Push. They left all their mana up. Yeah. I don't see any reason not to just go for the Fatal Push. Cool, cool. It's possible if they have some sort of flash creature. It's possible I want to play it now to try to get my trigger from the Wayward Servant, because if they put a creature in, they're probably going to block the Wayward Servant. So I think I actually want to play this Lazotep Reaver pre-combat. It's also going to pump up my zombie army to a 2/2, which I like. Yeah, that's fine. Just having viewers in the chat room is always nice. But welcome, welcome. Swift End. Yeah, that makes sense that would be around. But you're also losing 2 life to do that. You're still taking 7 as it stands. So we'll attack you for 7. How's that? Cool. Okay, so some sort of Sultai-ish deck. Ashiok hits their Uros. It affects their Uros and their Jace Vryn's Prodigies. I don't know if that's good enough to bring it in. I don't think I want to bring Diagrac Colossuses. That's something that can just sort of die. They're going to have a lot of removal. Do I need Heartless Axe of my own? Probably not. Thoughtseize, Fragmentize. Fragmentize I think really only comes in against... No, I think I'm fine. Am I sideboarding nothing? I also have Ishkana. No, I kind of like having Ashioks in. What comes out for them? Maybe Dark Salvation. I don't feel like Dark Salvation's going to get that much done. Could also trim a bit on all the graveyard stuff. If they have Scavenging Oozes, they'll probably bring more in. I also don't really know how I feel about it. Actually, I'm going to leave these Return to the Ranks in just because I want to see how they play. That's a card that the version of Zombie Rally I used to play didn't run. It was just 4 rallies. So we'll see how Return to the Ranks goes. So that's something I could see bringing out. I definitely feel like the sideboard here needs work. But for right now, we'll see what we got. So we can fill the graveyard a lot here. And probably cast a Return to the Ranks. So this looks good to me. If we get Thoughtseize, that's kind of annoying, but I mean, Thoughtseize happens. Can't do much about it. Short of like running Leyline of Sanctity. Is that even in this format? I don't know. I don't know what's in Pioneer anymore nowadays. Okay, so we can play a Crypt Breaker next turn and be able to get the card draw off it. Crypt Breaker is a strong enough card you generally don't want to expose it early. You want to play it as your 3rd creature so you can immediately draw your cards with it. Sometimes, depending on the curve, that doesn't work out. Like if you have Crypt Breaker and a Lazotep Reaver, you have to play the Crypt Breaker in turn 1, but that's how things have to go. We got a Lazotep Reaver in the graveyard, so that's cool. We'll get that with Return to the Ranks. Jace Vryn's Prodigy is fine. Ooh. It's actually kind of tempting to try to cast Corpse Knight into Wayward Servant. Because then the turn after that we can go Stitcher Supplier, Crypt Breaker, and Convoke the Return to the Ranks. Which will get back at least the Lazotep Reaver. And maybe some more stuff. Huh, that's interesting. I'm also just kind of incentivized to get Corpse Knights and Wayward Servants down so that I can keep draining. The reason to do the Stitcher Supply on the Crypt Breaker is that Crypt Breaker lets me draw a card. But it's just 1 card, and I have a lot that I'm doing right now anyway. I guess I do want to draw land. But I can make that play next turn if I don't draw a land. So we're going to... not wait. Wait. Yeah, we'll start playing out these guys. Opponent has no black mana, which is interesting. It looks like they're... If they're playing Satyr Wayfinders, I'm happier about my decision to put Ashioks in. Traverse, Fatal Push, Uro, so they just whiffed. Okay, but they do get to flip their Jace. And maybe cast a Fatal Push if they have black mana. Shark Typhoon. That's interesting. This looks like a deck I would have a lot of fun playing. Oh, Shark Typhoon is an enchantment for like Traverse and Ishkana. That's very amusing. It's really telling that they're choosing to minus on the Stitcher Supplier. Well, that's really interesting. Why would you not minus on the Wayward Servant? That feels like an error. Alright, here I think I go Corpse Knight, Crypt Breaker, attack with Wayward Servant. Do I want to attack Jace? Or do I want to try to get my opponent dead? I feel like whatever I do, the Satyr Wayfinder is blocking it. Why didn't my opponent minus on the Stitcher Supplier? That's very strange. I'm just trying to decide what to attack with this Wayward Servant. I kind of feel like I need to get in my chip damage while I can. Like, I feel like we're going to be dealing with Ishkanos pretty soon, so I think I'm going to attack my opponent. As expected, blocking anyway. I'm going to play this. We're going to play a Corpse Knight. We're going to resolve that trigger. We're going to play a Crypt Breaker. I'm getting a phone call. I need to take this. Okay, well, this is disheartening. I guess I had to draw a card. That means that I would really like to have that in play. That's okay. They're also going to be able to flash it back with Jace, which is not ideal. We'll figure out something to do about that. Probably this turn I'll play Stitcher Supplier just to fill my graveyard some. Having this land is nice. So this means I can actually go Nantuko Husk and Stitcher Supplier. That way, Nantuko Husk will survive another Cry. And I'll be able to put 3 cards in my graveyard with Stitcher Supplier and be able to sack it for the other 3. I also will be able to return some stuff. What did I get? I just have a Lazotep Reaver. It's kind of unfortunate. Nantuko Husk is kind of cool because it represents a lot of potential damage. If I like return to the rank some creatures, Tireless Tracker, sure. Hypno Rivulet. That is an interesting card to be running. And a Wayfinder. Okay, so we're not correcting the clue here, so my Nantuko Husk could be relatively large. If I don't draw anything relevant, I think this turn is going to be draw a card with Foulmire Knight. Oh yeah, you can also shrink my Nantuko Husk. And this turn is going to be draw a card with Foulmire Knight, play the Foulmire Knight, and then this can attack as a 4-power creature. Swamp. I really need to get some more cards in my graveyard. I want to cast Profane Insight. It's a good card. So we'll cast this for black. And we're actually happy to cast this Crypt Breaker into a Cry because we can sack it with Untitled Husk, and we'll draw a card with the Crypt Breaker. So this is fine. And I guess it actually doesn't make too much sense to attack with the Untitled Husk because I don't really want to sack any of these creatures. Actually, no, I do want to stack the Stitcher Supplier. So this would be, I would draw a card with these 3 zombies, and then sack Stitcher Supplier to make it a 2/4, so I'd be getting it for 2 points of damage. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'll attack you. We'll see if you want to block. I can't imagine you want to trade off a Tireless Tracker for a Stitcher Supplier. You will sack your Satyr Wayfinder, so that's fine. So we're gonna draw a card. Crypt Breaker is such a good Magic card. That's fine. And then we're gonna sacrifice the Stitcher Supplier. We're gonna mill a Lazotep Reaver, so that's cool. I can't play that. That's fine, go ahead. I really wish I had this Wayward Servant and Corpse Knight in my graveyard. That would make the potential return to the ranks a lot better. This is probably an escaped Uro. It's gonna be a problem. I'm actually kind of okay if my opponent mills me with this emblem. That would be kind of okay with me. Opponent's trying to decide which cards to exile to Uro. Yep, that's an Uro. So I can actually make my Untitled Husk a 6/6, so my Untitled Husk could brawl with the Uro. I would be sacrificing my Knight and my Crypt Breaker to do that. I could tap my Crypt Breaker to make a zombie. Oh, we're casting Fatal Push because... What left the battlefield exactly? Oh, you're just pushing my Crypt Breaker. Okay, I mean, I guess I'll sacrifice it to Untitled Husk. Don't really know why, but sure. Not really sure whether to expect counter magic out of my opponent or not. Stitcher Supplier, I like that. Ooh, okay. So I can buy back 5 creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? That seems really good. That would drain for 8? It would also draw me several cards with Crypt Breaker. The problem is, of course, that my opponent is just going to flashback Cry. I can at least sacrifice everything to the Untitled Husk so that it doesn't get exiled, but then I need to draw another return for that to be useful. But I do get to draw these cards with Crypt Breaker. If I get back 4 creatures, because I kind of like to leave the Untitled Husk untapped to be able to block. So if I bring back 4 creatures, it's like Wayward Servant, Corpse Knight, Crypt Breaker, Lazotep Reaver. I think I really want to get 6 creatures back so I can draw 2 cards. But if I do that, then they cast Cry. Cry hits their creatures too, though. I just don't really want to tap everything. I think this is fine, though. Yeah, so we're going to cast this. We're going to target 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. And we're going to tap everything. Okay. Spell Pierce here would be really annoying. Okay, this all comes back. We get a whole bunch of triggers. Okay, we can just always yield, always yield. We're also going to gain a bit of life, which is pretty nice. And the Lazotep Reaver is going to make another zombie, so I can draw 2 cards. We're also milling some cards. What are we milling? Ooh, a Wayward Servant. So we have 3 rallies left. So if we can just get a rally, we can sack our board to Nantuko Husk, cast the rally, and then win off of all the triggers. Our opponent is going to be gaining life off attacking with Uro, which is unfortunate. I am going to play this Concealed Courtyard because it's relevant. Well, it's relevant for rally. I guess I could have also not tapped the Nantuko Husk and then attacked with it, which would have forced a chump block with the Tireless Tracker. My opponent is drawing cards. They're also putting a counter on their Tireless Tracker so that it will survive the Cry, which makes sense. Yep, that's fine. This is what I expected. We're going to take a hit, which is fine. We're going to draw cards. Yep, so we're going to draw a card. And then we're going to draw a card. Lands. Not good. Then we're going to sack our whole board so that always yields, always yields. Just gonna sack our whole board so that it ends up in the graveyard so we can try and draw and rally. Sacrifice, come on. Especially these Wayward Servants and Corpse Knights, we want to be in the graveyard. So if we draw a rally and it resolves, we just win at this point. If we draw one of our Lilianas, that's interesting. It depends how much mana we have access to. And we have an 18/18 Nantuko Husk. Their Jace is on 2 loyalty. I wonder what the play is here. Do they leave back Tireless Tracker to block? Because I could theoretically attack with a very large Nantuko Husk. Yep, they're going to leave back Tireless Tracker. They're going to go up to 13, but I mean, I just made a 16/16 Nantuko Husk. Sure, I can just F6 at this point. I guess there's some plays that where I might want to sack the Husk to itself. My opponent has a lot of access to a lot of cards via clues. Yeah, I'm not blocking, so I'd like to draw Rally the Ancestors this turn. What is this? Jace, sure. Come on, rally. Well, that's not too bad. It's something. We're gonna have to be able to defend against this Uro at some point. Because we are gonna die in just a couple attacks from that. This is trample. Okay. So we can actually just chump block it for a while. The tireless tracker is gonna get annoying. Do I actually want to... Would I prefer to keep the Untitled Husk exile, target planeswalker creature, or planeswalker? Okay, well I guess I'm going to sacrifice it to itself, so you don't get to surveil, and also so that it's not exiled. Yes. Draw, discard. Are you going to flashback the eat? Sure. Go ahead and exile my Wayward Servant. This then makes an attack for 10. If my opponent had more mana, they could potentially crack 2 clues to be able to swing for lethal, but they don't have that mana, so they can't do that. They discarded a Thoughtseize. The fact that my opponent is playing these lands tapped and such, like, they've never really left mana up, which implies to me that they're not really running counterspells, which is surprising to me. I guess if they have counterspells, like, sort of negates and such, maybe they don't want to bring them in this matchup, because the only thing they'd be countering is Return to the Ranks and Rally the Ancestors. Yeah. I still win if I draw a Rally. That is not a Rally. Okay. We're done here. Let's try it again. How do I feel about Diagraph Colossus? Doesn't really help me beat Cry. Heartless Act could kill an Uro, but that can probably just come back. I don't think Fragmentize. Actually, I do like kind of this Tormod's Crypt, seeing all their Uros and Jaces and such. Return of the Ranks is pretty good this game. I think I can cut a Liliana. Yep, I would like to go first. 3 lands. None of them produce white. So I can't cast this Wayward Servant. I also can't cast this Rally, and this Liliana's ways off, so I think I have to mulligan this. It says 3 lands. Good 1 and 2 plays. Yeah, I like this. Do I put back this Dread Wanderer? Yeah, I don't think this Dread Wanderer is that great in the matchup, so I'll put that back. And then we'll lead off on Stitcher's Supplier. My opponent is mulling to 6. Tune and Tuca Husks. Sure. It's nice to have an Tuca Husk in your yard when you rally. You can't get it back with Return to the Ranks, but when you rally, it's kind of nice to get it back because you can sacrifice everything to the Tuca Husk so it doesn't get exiled. Thoughtseize is kind of unfortunate. We'll probably lose the Corpse Knight, maybe the Ashiok. The Ashiok. My opponent wants to protect their graveyard. That's fine. I'll be able to start drawing cards, although it's kind of an interesting question if I play this Crypt Breaker if I actually want to draw a card. Because I kind of want to get in for damage while I can, and then hopefully get the rest of the way with the Corpse Knight and maybe a Rally somewhere along the way. Like, I'm not sure drawing the game out to a long game is what I want to be doing here. Let's see what I draw. Corpse Knight. Yeah, so that... Well, that's fine. I get to have my cake and eat it too. So I get to attack with the Corpse Knight. I'm not going to attack with the Stitcher's Supplier because it would just get blocked. so I get to play Corpse Knight. And I get to play Crypt Breaker. And I have 3 zombies in play to draw a card with. So that's pretty good. If they have Cry of the Carnarium again, I'm really sad. They'll at least lose their Jace for it. I wonder if I should have played around Cry. Probably not. Like, I don't think you can, I don't really feel like you can play around that when you have Crypt Breakers in your deck. It looks like it is a Scavenging Ooze. Okay, that's not exactly friendly, but and a Fatal Push on the Crypt Breaker. That's kind of interesting because it now means that they don't have mana to grow their Ooze to a 3/3, so I can still attack into the Scavenging Ooze. I'm going to play this Wayward Servant first to get both drains off, and then I will attack. Not. Do I want to throw Stitcher Supplier away? Probably not with Scavenging Ooze in play. But if my opponent's going to go to 4, then like 2 zombies kill them. They can gain a little bit of life, but they're pretty low. Still really unhappy to see Cry here. That's fine. Yeah, now with the Scavenging Ooze eating creatures, I need 3 zombies. Lazatip Reaver would be a really good draw here. I forgot to play a Swamp last turn. That shouldn't matter. It does mean I don't think I can attack with these Corpse Knights. But my opponent is on a clock here. That's a good draw. It's a very good draw. It's going to drain my opponent, and it's going to draw me a card. Sure. Drain, drain. And we're going to draw a card right now, because we could find another creature we could play. That is an extremely good creature. In fact, that's lethal. Because it's going to make 2 creatures and drain for 4, and my opponent can only go up to 4. Sure. Triggers. Go to 2, go to 0. I guess my opponent can loot with Jace into, I don't know what, nothing. Cool. 1-0. I would like to go first. 1 land that comes into play tapped on the play. Yeah, that's not going to work out. Yeah, no. 3 lands. Crypt Breaker, Stitcher Supplier. Yeah, that seems fine. I want the Supplier and the Crypt Breaker, so it's do I want the Dark Salvation or the Liliana? They both sort of fill a similar function. I feel like the upside on Liliana is higher, although the Dark Salvation can be played for 3 mana. But I think the upside in Liliana is higher. So we're going to put the Dark Salvation back. We're going to lean on the Stitcher Supplier. Again, because of what I mentioned before, you kind of want to save the Crypt Breaker, hopefully until you can draw a card with it, because it's kind of a lightning rod. My opponent's going to 5 cards. We milled nothing relevant. Really unfortunate there's nothing in the graveyard. I kind of wonder if I should look for, like, sort of like a zombie with escape or something. I should look into this. This might be useful. Being able to use all these other cards that I spit in my graveyard is something interesting. Actually, I'm going to do that right now. So what is this? This is Sultai again? Interesting. Okay, what do we have here? So I'm looking for any black cards. What is this? You're attacking me, you're not attacking me. Sure. Okay. So I can either attack for 2, or I can draw a card with the Wayward Servant. I think I'd rather draw a card with the Wayward Servant. So we will decline the attacks. I'm looking for black cards from the set Theros Beyond Death with the text Escape. Cling to Dust? Ooh, Woe Strider is interesting. Should actually look into putting some Woe Striders in. That seems useful. Let's draw a card. My opponent is just playing a lot of tap lands. Not too much going on yet. I think I would like to play this Liliana and just tick up a bit. I can potentially cast some zombies from my graveyard later. Am I attacking? Do I want to attack for 4? That is a good question. I do not know the answer to that. I'm going to defer that decision until I mill 3 cards. I did hit 2 creatures. Okay, so next turn I feel like I'm probably going to play 2 Corpse Knights and a Stitcher Supplier, which is going to drain for 1, 2, 3. Or 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. And so I think I would rather hit, like, because I have a lot to be doing with my mana next turn, I don't think I'm too interested in drawing a card. So I think I will attack with everything. It's kind of trying to decide how much I value the extra card. What is this? Is this like Niv Mizzet or something? It's probably Niv to Light. Extinction Event. Okay, well I can't do anything about that. I'm actually not sure if they want to hit odd or even. They want to hit odd, okay. Okay, well I still think I cast Corpse Knight from the graveyard. And then play a Stitcher Supplier. So we're going to cast this. Always yield. Then we're going to cast this. Always yield. Then we're going to cast this. So you're at 7, and I can attack for 2 to 5. Can't cast those, unfortunately. So that's that. We'll hope it's good enough. If they have Bring to Light, they can probably get some sort of Wrath. If they just have Niv Mizzet, that's fine. I guess I can't minus to kill Niv Mizzet, but I can minus to make Niv Mizzet small enough that I can attack. I can probably just attack for lethal anyway. If I draw a zombie, I'm in very good shape. This could be a Niv Mizzet or a Bring to Light. What is it? Looks like a Bring to Light. That's a Bring to Light. What are you going to destroy my board with? I assume it's just a normal Wrath, like a Supreme Verdict or something. Solar Blaze? Okay. Sure. That's fine. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and plus and hopefully drain you. Oh, that also works. Sure, I'll mill anyway. And then I'll cast this for 3. Done. And short of like Pact of Negation in like the wrong format, that is lethal. Cool, cool. Niv Mizzet. Niv to Light. Is this a Thoughtseize deck? Like if I Thoughtseize away their payoffs or their wraths, that seems good. I kind of like that. I can be into that. I don't think Heartless Act matters. I don't think their graveyard matters that much. So I don't think Dark Salvation is doing much, and I don't think Fatal Push is doing much. So this all seems fine to me. They might bring Graveyard Hate in which case I'd be a little less excited about Return of the Ranks, but I don't really like any of the other cards. I could bring in Diregraph Colossus. I don't hate Diregraph Colossus here. I'm kind of interested in playing with Return to the Ranks, though, and just seeing how it plays out. It's one of the cards that's the biggest question mark in this build right now. Yeah. 3 lands, Cryptbreaker, Thoughtseize, Corpse Knights. Looks like a solid hand to me. Keep. I don't really want to play the Thoughtseize until like turn 4 or 5. What land do I lead on here? I guess Godless Shrine untapped. Play the Cryptbreaker. I don't really want to play the Thoughtseize until turn 3 or 4. Not sure. Because I want to give them as many turns as possible to draw whatever card I want to Thoughtseize. Like I don't think they're doing anything that I particularly care about before then, so there's just no reason to cast the Thoughtseize. I'd rather just be developing my board. Fortunately, I don't really get to be drawing cards with this Cryptbreaker yet. Hopefully I'll draw a zombie next turn. I also don't know like what sort of cards to be like sideboard cards to be expecting out of Niv. Like we saw Cry the Carnarian be really good last game. That's an Uro. That makes sense that Niv to Light would be running that card. Sure. They don't feel like there's... Niv doesn't feel like it's set up as well to like be filling its graveyard to escape with it, though. They also didn't have a land. That's really interesting. So I can either Profane Insight to draw a card, or I can play the Foulmire Knight to draw a card. But then I give up getting in for 3, and I think I want to get in for 3. So, because I'm drawing a card either way, and I kind of just need more cards, I'd rather just get as many cards as I can. I'll draw a card this turn and next turn. Profane Insight. Thoughtseize. Sure. I might double Thoughtseize next turn. Well, I'll Thoughtseize once and see what happens. Teferi Time Raveler. The card is still legal in this format. Although, you're now letting me just attack the Teferi? Or do you have a Fatal Push? Nope. I just get to attack the Teferi. Okay. Well, I'm not going to have 3 creatures. I could have 3 creatures in play. But I definitely want to kill the Teferi, so we're just going to lead on that. Attack Teferi. And then we're going to hold off on deciding what to do next till I see what's in your hand. Okay. So you have no lands. But you have, I assume you can cast pretty much whatever you, I assume you have whatever colors of mana you need, so I assume Bringalight is just whatever you want it to be. I feel like what I want to be doing here is just drawing as many cards as I can, and then winning with a sort of combo Rally the Ancestors at some point. So I don't actually care so much about the Supreme Verdict. Can they cast it? Do you have double white? You don't even have double white, so you can't cast it. So maybe I want to hit both Bring Delights, just because I don't know what scary thing you could get. I could take Nahiri. Nahiri can exile my Crypt Breaker. I don't like that. So I definitely want the Nahiri to go. The question is, do I Thoughtseize something else? I assume the Bring to Light... I assume they run more than one Supreme Verdict, so the Bring to Lights are probably also functionally Supreme Verdicts. I'm kind of interested in exiling the Utter End, honestly. Like, it's not good against a single zombie, but they probably just want to be exiling, like, the Liliana with it. Not that I have that right now. Definitely taking this Nahiri. I don't necessarily need to play the other Thoughtseize right now, so I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to play this Corpse Knight. And I'm actually just not going to cast anything else right now. If they want a Wrath, they can Wrath, and I'm going to leave the Foulmire Knight exiled. Otherwise... this is the Uro. That's fine. Yeah, this way I can play the Foulmire Knight. Actually, I'm still probably interested in attacking. Just trying to get through damage. I only have one draining card right now, so the Rally the Ancestors kill is not super easy. I like this Entuku Husk. Yeah, so this husk lets me Foulmire Knight, attack with the Corpse Knight, draw a card, and I can Thoughtseize. We'll lead on the Thoughtseize. This Entuku Husk also threatens, like, attacking for a lot of damage. You drew a Dreadbore. I guess it is possible that, like, they only run one Supreme Verdict, so if I take the Supreme Verdict, maybe they can't Bring to Light for something else. I'm much less scared of Utter End now that I have a Entuku Husk. Although I kind of don't want to play out my whole hand, I kind of want to force them to Wrath now. I'm just kind of scared of, like, if there's something better they could Bring to Light for, but they have two, so I can't take both, so I'll just take the Supreme Verdict. I didn't do this very well. I think that's their hand. Yeah, so I actually am looking for more cards at this point, so I want to go ahead and cast this Foulmire Knight. Cast. I'm actually gonna look up if Niv decks are usually running multiple Supreme Verdicts. Niv Mizzet Reborn. Pioneer, Niv to Light. This one's not even running any Supreme Verdict. Yeah, usually just running one. Okay. So if that's the case, maybe I actually can just play out my hand. And in that case, I can attack with this Corpse Knight and still draw a card by playing the Natuka Husk. It's kind of scary, like, I don't... If they can bring to light for Supreme Verdict, I don't really want to lose my entire board. It'll still be in my graveyard and I can get it back with Rally at some point, but it's a little bit scary. But I do want to be drawing cards, because I'm not going to be able to win the game with what I have now. Of course, they're just going to be able to bring to light twice for who knows what. And it's post-board, so they could have anything that's good against me. Yeah, that resolves. Oh, they're just getting a bring to light with it. Okay, sure. So you got Enter the God Eternals. Okay, sure. You have Angers in your deck. Okay, so bring to light can get Anger. It's good to know. Well, actually no, it's gone. What happens to them? The rest are in the bottom. So yeah, bring to light can get a Anger. Which is good to know, but I can sacrifice my board. So they're at least not exiled. Diagraph Colossus. That's interesting. Another Diagraph Colossus. Okay. How do I play around that? I think I attack with this Natuka Husk and see if they block. If they block, I can kill the Niv Mizzet, which I kind of need the Niv Mizzet to die. Also, if I sacrifice my whole board to the Husk, I can play a Diagraph Colossus that will be large. Yeah, so I'm gonna draw a card here. That's fine. And then I sack my board, I get to play a large Diagraph Colossus. It's going to survive a Anger of the Gods. Yeah, so this is fine. I also just need to get the 6/6 off the board because it'll kill me in 2 hits. I'm not going to play a second one. Or do I want to play a second one? It would give me another zombie. But it would... Yeah, no, I think I definitely want to play a second one. I'm getting a pair of 5/5s. This way I'll be able to sacrifice this zombie token to the Natuka Husk to protect it from the Anger. If they have a Supreme Verdict, it sucks. But like, Enter the God Eternals doesn't kill either of these. They can Utter End one of them. They can, like, if they have a land, they can Dreadbore and Utter End. But I like my position here. They can also bring to light for something. Who knows what. That's not how you tap mana for that. That's how you tap mana to escape an Uro. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. What happens if I rally back my board? I only have 3 things to get back. I would drain for 2. Are you escaping this arrow? Yeah, I was trying to figure out what to exile. I would really like to draw a Stitcher Supplier. Because I can play the Stitcher Supplier, stack the Stitcher Supplier, rally back probably more stuff. Attack with an MTGO Husk that probably has to get chumped by this arrow. Fatal Push targeting a zombie token. I'll eat it, I guess. Yeah, I did not really consider Uro when I made these play with the Diagram Colossus. Lazotep Reaver. That gives me several bodies I can sack to an MTGO Husk. Sure. Several bodies. Really wish I had Corpse Knight in play right now. That's 4 bodies for 1 card. Now I can attack with this MTGO Husk. Are you going to chump? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I can deal 14 damage, which is not lethal, but it's still a lot of damage. You are not blocking. Okay, I think I want to get some damage through at least. I mean, I can put any of these creatures in my graveyard at any time with an MTGO Husk. Like, I will certainly rally back the Lazotep Reaver at some point. But if I just do nothing, I have a lot of creatures I can attack with next turn. What's my game plan here? Like, if I force my opponent to cast Anger by, like, not really stacking anything, that seems fine to me. I'll just let you take the 2. Play this. Pass. I can also, like, rally on end step. I just really wish I had access to a Stitcher Supplier, though. My opponent getting life with the arrow is kind of annoying, but I can chump it. And, like, they don't have a blocker right now. Like, at this point, they probably have to bring the light for Anger. Otherwise, they take... I guess it's not a lethal amount of damage. What have we here? Bring the light? Sure. Solar Blaze. It's pretty good. Okay, well, I guess I have to sacrifice everything here. I don't have to sacrifice Lazotep Reaver, but I think I want to. I mean, it depends if I'm rallying next turn. Am I rallying next turn? Problem with rally is that you can't attack with anything you don't rally back. Actually, I guess I could just let this resolve. The only question is, do I want the Lazotep Reaver to stay in play? I think I'm actually okay letting it sit in play. Well, no, then it can just get outer-ended. So yeah, we're going to sacrifice this. And then that's fine. Yeah, I forgot. Oh, it also killed Uro. Okay, do I rally back now? No, because it doesn't accomplish anything. I guess it would... it would let me draw how many cards? 1, 2... It would let me draw 2 cards. I don't think Rally the Ancestors as a divination is good enough. Alright, not sure where we go from here. Bring the Lights are gone. We're sort of in combo mode at this point. Which is why I really just need Stitcher Suppliers, more Corpse Knights. That's an Uro from hand. You can't cast Uro from the graveyard yet. You don't have the mana. You have mana of all the wrong colors. Actually, Rally Ancestor draws me a lot more than 2 cards, because I rally now, I tap, draw some cards, untap, tap, draw some more cards. So maybe just doing this as a draw 4 is like 4. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I should not be auto passing here. Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The Leztep Reaver makes 8. If I had one more creature, it'd be good. I could just wait one more turn, use this rally to make chump blockers, or just straight up blockers. I don't hate that. That's interesting. Yeah, so we're gonna do rally. We're gonna rally in combat. Get a bunch of stuff back, draw some cards. Okay, I guess. Sure. See your fate. Yeah, I mean, you take the rally. Do you attack? I guess you want the trigger. Rally for 3. Get a bunch of triggers. Unfortunately, this is not the one that gains me life. Could use some life gain. I did not realize Diagraph Colossus came back as a... I sort of knew that there was a thing where Diagraph Colossus came back as 9/9s. It, like, it's weird. It sees them in the graveyard as they come into play. It's funny. I also get to draw only 2 cards, as I said. But I can still sack everything into Nuka House because I don't get exiled. And... opponent's still at 22. We'll see. They may actually want to utter end the Crypt Breaker so that I can't draw cards on my upkeep. Should make sure I have an upkeep stop set. What are we doing? Do we have another Bring to Light? Or a Niv Mizzet? Bring the Light for 5 colors, sure. Niv Mizzet, sure. I think you still have all 3 of those cards. Sure. You got a Bring to Light. Oh, you got a Bring to Light. Okay. Draw card. 1, 2, 3. Draw card. 1, 2, 3. Dreadwander. Okay. Upkeep. Draw card. 1, 2, 3. Draw card. 1, 2, 3. I think I actually want to make a zombie with this. Oh, I'm actually also kind of getting low on life. Interesting. I can rally everything back. Liliana killed Niv Mizzet. I don't think a 2/2 zombie is actually useful to me right now. What's interesting is like Liliana and then cast a few things. My opponent has a Dreadbore and an Utter End. So I think I just want to sack my board now. What am I doing here? Is it just Rally and then Liliana kill Niv-Mizzet? The Bring to Light they got gets another Niv-Mizzet, so I need to find an answer to that. But I need to answer this Niv-Mizzet this turn. The question is, do I make a 2/2 with the Crypt Breaker? That would leave me 6 mana, which would buy everything back. I guess I don't have to sack this zombie army. Although I kind of want to get another trigger with Corpse Knight. But if I play Liliana, I can just attack with the zombie army, so that's fine. Yeah, so we're just eating our board here. I also have another card to draw, so we could draw something relevant there. It's a Lazotep Reaver. Yeah, I think I just rally for 3, get it all back. Liliana, kill, Niv-Mizzet. Do it all again. Rally, triggers. Really wish this was a Wayward Servant. Then I cast this. Then I kill Niv-Mizzet. Then I attack for 2. I'm gonna get to draw 2 cards on end step and 2 cards on my upkeep. I'm getting to a point where I'm like kind of unhappy about this life loss from the Crypt Breaker. I was at 12 where I could easily survive 2 Uro/Niv-Mizzet hits, and now I'm next time I draw a card, I'm putting myself down to one shot range. I wish I had another mana there so that I could have played Dread Wanderer and got 2 zombies off the Diagraph Colossus while they're around. But I guess I don't get to do that. I guess I can gain life with Liliana, probably. I wonder if there's any way I should have plus Liliana and hoped to hit, like... If I hit 2 more Corpse Knights, I think that would have been lethal, but 2 and 3 cards is unlikely. So I'm just dreadboring Liliana here, or otherwise removing it from the battlefield. It's fine, nothing I can do about that. I'm 3 rallies down. I do have Return to the Ranks, which could do relevant things. Sure, Uro. Can spend some time chump blocking that, of course. You're gonna get a bunch of life from all these triggers. I am really unhappy that I've only had, like, I'm nearly halfway through my deck, and I've only found one of my Corpse Knight Wayward Servant effects. Like, I could have had so much more life drain if I'd had another one of these in play. Only getting 1 in 24 cards is pretty unlucky. Siege Rhino. Okay, well now I actually have to kind of... Siege Rhino in a Niv-Mizzet deck? You don't get Siege Rhino off Niv-Mizzet. Okay, whatever. This tramples, which could be kind of annoying. How many cards are we going to draw here? I don't know. That's a land. We need at least one more. Set our upkeep stop again. Return to the ranks. Oh boy. So that's a sorcery. But we get them back permanently. Well, I think we're definitely drawing one more card. Go to 1. Another return to the ranks, okay. Let's, eat all our stuff. And here I am gonna make a zombie with the Crypt Breaker, because I can't draw more cards. Eat the Crypt Breaker. Eat the MTGO Husk. What does a draw step give us? That's not useful. I'm gonna hang on to that in case I want to draw a card with it later. Fortunately, Return to the Ranks cannot get back Diagraph Colossus, because that could get me a pretty sizable army. But I can at least get back Corpse Knight, Foulmire Knight, Lazotep Reaver. Crypt Breaker is 4 creatures. So I cast this for 6 mana. And play a Dreadwander. Seems okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 3, 4. 2. Turn these guys. This gives me enough chump blockers. I have a Death Touch creature to block the arrow. I can gang block the Siege Rhino. I've lost track of my opponent still has a Bring to Light in play. If they Bring to Light for Anger of the Gods, I'm pretty much dead. Because Return to the Ranks can't get back the MTGO Husk. This is really unfortunate, just with not getting the, I can't attack with that 3/3. Doesn't make any sense. This game could have gone very differently if we had more Corpse Knights. It's not even like in the previous match where they got exiled with Cry of the Carnarium. We just haven't drawn them. If my opponent doesn't have the Bring to Light, I really don't remember what's in their hand or not. We are still in pretty reasonable position. This looks like they're casting Bring to Light, though. Bring to Light for Anger of the Gods just sweeps my board. That's Bring to Light. It's a Questing Beast. That, I guess, also kills me. No, I can block it with a zombie army. Okay, I'm still alive. Do they not have the anger? I saw them reveal the Anger of the Gods at one point. They have another Bring to Light? Oh, there's gonna exile the 3/3. Okay, that looks like it's lethal. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. That is all my creatures. Okay. Yeah, got it. Oh, I have another game in 4 minutes. Oops. I don't think I bring in an Ashiok. Okay. We'll play quickly here. At least this is not last week when I was trying to play Bank Control. And timed out a bunch. Here I think I can at least play quickly if I need to. I thought that was game 3. But yeah, it's amazing how just talking about what I'm doing makes me go so slow. I do not usually timeout. Would I want to change anything? The only thing maybe I would want to do is just graveyard hate for the Euro. I don't think anything wants. Does anything want to come out? I think I'm doing okay. I like the Thought Seizes. The Liliana felt fine. Return to Ranks felt fine. It's definitely awkward that Return to Ranks can't get back Colossus or Nantuko Husk. They're definitely two of my better cards. And also just like cards where I want to keep them around. Like I want to keep the Nantuko Husk around so I can have a big threat that can eat everything I rally back and then be able to attack. Or Colossus just gets me a lot of value if I can cast a couple more things. Need to remember that my opponent has Solar Blaze. I think the way that I'm going to win with this deck, because I didn't see any graveyard hate at all. I think I'm just going to beat my opponent with combos. I didn't see any Stitcher Suppliers that game. If I had seen Stitcher Supplier that game, that would have been a completely different game, because I would have been milling a whole bunch of stuff over. I guess I want to go first. This looks fine. I need to make sure that this does not all get angered away. That is how I could lose this game. I definitely play one out. Do I play a second one out? Probably have to. I don't think I play a third one out, though. I'm going to lead on the Corpse Knights because those don't gain life. And the ones I play sooner I expect to die. What is this? Black-white? Black-green? Caryatid. Okay. I play the Corpse Knight. Do I play the Crypt Breaker? I think I play the Crypt Breaker. Yeah, I play the Crypt Breaker. Always yield. F6. You do not have a red? You have red off Sylvan Caryatid, but you don't have double red for, I'm just gonna do this now. Diagraph Colossus, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm very worried about anger here. Like, I could play Wayward Servant. That would drain for 2 and then 3, and then I can attack, which is an attack for 5. So I can put my opponent to 8. Interesting. That sort of signals to me that they don't have an Abrupt Decay. Huh. That's really interesting. Oh, jeez. What do I do? What do I do? Like, what are the chances that they don't have... It's just Anger or Bringolite that kills me. Yeah, so I think I attack with all and just play double Wayward Servant and cross my fingers. I'm also, like, kind of pushed for time here. Like, of course I draw all these now. They have the Bringolite, it's bad. I feel like them Abrupt Decaying is sort of a signal that they don't have it. They don't seem to have it. So if I draw a land... No. But I do want to play this Nantuko Husk so that I can sack my creatures if they do play some unfriendly card. Do you have counter magic? You just want to kill something now. Sure. Makes sense. Okay, we're only getting in for one here. Actually, if that's the case, I think I'd just draw a card instead. Tap breeding pool. No, do this. Tap, tap, tap. Come on. I only have 2 minutes left. Okay, so this means that I get to go drain for 2, drain for... No, drain for 2, drain for 2, drain for 3. Yeah, this just seems like the play. Put these triggers on the stack. Wayward Servant. Which is also going to cause triggers. Then they have to block the Natuko Husk and a 2/2. Oh, they did it wrong. Sacrifice this. I guess you could have a removal spell. Sure. Sacrifice to itself. Yes. Okay, well... You're kind of on the ropes. I don't have any Natuko can play, so I can just F6. I'm on a minute 38, but... I don't have too many decision points, nor too many clicky things I need to do. If I get to untap, I pretty much win. I wonder if I should have just passed priority and let you go to 1. This is... Is this just anger? What is this? Enter the God Eternals. Okay. Okay. So Crypt Breaker can make a 2/2 which drains for 2. This is whenever I cast a zombie spell. I drain for 2. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. I guess I thought seize. Sure, take that. Do I trade Diagraph Colossus here? Don't know. I have a rally. Okay. Now I just need to not die, so I think I'm gonna do nothing. Because I cast this rally next turn and I just win. Because I'm gonna get back... I'm gonna get 12 triggers, something. A lot of triggers. I don't think it matters what you cast here. Thought Erasure would be bad. Thought Erasure would be very bad. Is it worth trying to draw a card with Crypt Breaker? Is the time loss worthwhile? Such strange questions. Sure, hit me with your 4/4. Actually, I'm like... want to block because I want this to come back. I actually should have maybe blocked with Corpse Knight Crypt Breaker. I didn't draw a card, that's fine. And now it's just a question of, do you have counter magic? I'm actually going to play the Stitcher Supplier so I get more things. Could potentially be bad because these are triggers that are causing me to lose seconds. It's so funny that I'm optimizing for this. Done. F6? Question mark? Oh jeez, oh jeez. Oh jeez. This is not good. This is not good. Oh jeez, oh jeez. This might actually be a problem. No, I'm gonna lose. No! I think I just need to get all the Wayward Servant triggers out of the way. I'm actually gonna lose these triggers. This is so sad. This is gonna come down to the wire. Oh my gosh. Playing the Stitcher Supplier actually almost killed me. Oh, jeez. Oops, too late. Oh well. It's okay, we can clip it or look back at the VOD or whatever. Ugh. Also, hey DJ, what's up? How you doing? I mean, I have whatever the box checked on Twitch to like save my VODs is. I was sort of meaning to like upload them to YouTube, just to try to promote the stream. This clip would probably be a good way to do that. I should like. Does it have like my streams from last week up still? Yeah, I see my streams from last week, so I should be able to go get it back. I should do that. Does CFB have a like some sort of submission for funny clips or something? This looks good. We'll start with Dread Wanderer, because it comes in tapped. Oof. I might talk a bit less because I'm going to try to like not have to go through that again. I will pass because I'm going to draw with Crypt Breaker. Also, Dread Wanderer would get blocked by Llanowar Elves. Radiant Fountain. Some sort of green Eldrazi deck. Green Ramp, probably. Green Ramp is a Pioneer deck, right? I haven't played this format in so long. No land is annoying. I think I'm going to play Lazotep Reaver so I can attack with 2 creatures and still get a card draw. It's possible I'd rather be drawing... So I played Lazotep Reaver, I have 5 creatures. If I attack with Dread Wanderer Stitcher Supplier, then Rejuvenator blocks Wanderer and I have 4 creatures. But it's possible I'd rather play Lazotep Reaver and not attack, so the next turn when I say play Stitcher Supplier, I have 6 creatures and I can draw 2 cards. Because I think mostly what I want to do against this deck is just be able to rally. Doing such a great job of playing faster. You submit by tweeting clips with the hashtag MTG Top 5. I will definitely do that. Yeah, I think I'm not going to attack. It gets 1 damage through, which is not especially useful. Do you know if there's restrictions on, like, making clips for people who aren't, like, affiliates or whatever the thing is? Because I know I can get the video. I don't know if I'd be able to make a clip of it. That's a card. I guess I could, like, do some sort of GIF making, something or other. Sure, I can figure it out. Vigilance, Reach, Trample, gains life, makes beast, draws cards. Okay. that's not getting fatal pushed. Dark Salvation would kill it, I think. Vigilance, Reach, Trample. Okay, I want to see if I can draw a land. No land. I think I still draw a card to try to hit a land. It's not like I'm blocking the 6/6 Trampler. Jeez. No land. Clip means video. I don't have my stream open, so I don't see what the I'll look after I'm done streaming, maybe tomorrow. I mean, it has to be possible because I know I have access to the VOD because it's saved. All my VODs from last week are saved, and I can just download the VOD and I'll find some software to make a GIF of it or whatever. Another Elder Gargaroth. Gargaroth. If I can draw some lands, I like my chance here, but I'm not drawing lands. There's land. I really don't want to have to play it untapped, though. I mean, I can play Corpse Knight. I can play Wayward Servant, Stitch Supplier, which gains me 3 life. I have to shock myself to do that, so I would end up at 8. I would play... Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 toughness of blockers for 12 trampling power. So they get through for 7, so I would be at 1. And then if I draw an untapped land, I can rally for 2. I mean, that seems like the line. Basically, I play the Wayward Servant. Oh, I'm gonna take 1 damage from this. Yeah, that doesn't work. Right, I'm miscounting. So I'm gonna go to 6, go to 4, go to 5, go to 6, 7. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I have 11 points of blocking. So what did I say? I was gonna be at 7. And I'm gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I think it works. Just need to play the Wayward Servant first. Always yield. Play this. Yes. Play the Stitcher Supplier, gain 2. And then I pass. I pass. Here, I guess I'm only getting back 2 creatures, so I might not have enough triggers to win with the combo. Go to blockers. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. And I guess I can kill you. And I don't actually even need to do this, but I do want to do it because it's a trigger from entering the battlefield. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now I can even draw some cards, because I'm taking 4 here, so I can actually draw 2 cards to try to hit my land. I'm also going to get death triggers off the Stitcher Suppliers to mill 6, which will hopefully hit me, like if it hits me another... What am I getting back? I'm getting back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18. It's going to drain for 18. So if I hit one more Wayward Servant or Corpse Knight, then I'm good. I'm taking 4 right now, so I can draw 2 cards. Okay, and I drew an untapped land because I have a Godless Shrine. So that's good. I go to 1. That's fine. Did I hit? It appears I did not hit, although I hit 2 more creatures, so I think that's now milling for 21? Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, this should be for 22, so I think I win. Unless you play something unfriendly, which, no, you don't. I was a little worried about an Ugin this turn, but actually I wonder if this build plays Ugin. It's a good card. Rally, white, white, colorless black. Done. I think all my creatures were 2 or less. That doesn't look like 22 triggers. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Dang it, only 18. But I gain 18 back. Oh, this is 2 more? Dang it, I was 1 off. Dang it. Okay, well. I get to draw some cards. And hopefully find another rally. They basically can't attack, because they're just going to attack into a whole bunch of stuff that's about to die. And so I get to draw 3 cards here. I don't have an Untitled Husk, though. That's unfortunate. This is the Ugin. Corpse Knight Lazatep Reaver is a drain for 1. It's a drain for 2. It's a drain for 1. You're hitting my servants. I think if you hit my lands, that was actually your best hope of doing anything. Exile 2 permanents, sure. I guess I should have tapped. Yeah, I should have tapped them. Yeah, I lost a card draw because of that. Okay, well, I think I'm still fine. You gain life. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Interesting. Okay, so I can kill this. Actually, I want to send all these creatures to the graveyard, so I should just do this. That's fine. There's a rally. Wonderful. And by putting all these creatures in the graveyard, I guess I don't... No, okay, I milled over some Corpse Knight and Wayward Servants, so that's fine. Cool. Damage. Mill a bunch of cards. I almost milled myself out, but I didn't, so that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. You can exile some stuff. And I play this, and I rally for 3. Done. Oh, this again. Is there not like an auto stack triggers or something? Stack abilities automatically. Stack abilities automatically. No? I know, like, if all the triggers that are on the stack are, like, from the same creature, then it'll stack them all automatically. That's why the last game when I was clicking furiously, I was trying to click on all the Wayward Servants, and the Corpse Knights got stacked automatically. I really wish there was just a, like, no, seriously, I don't care what order they go on the stack. It's fine. Just do it randomly, I don't care. But I guess that's not... Oh, dang it, I have, like, other stuff over here. This is gonna mail me out. But it's okay, because I'm not drawing cards. I should be sure not to accidentally draw a card. I will be sure not to activate Crypt Breaker. The card whose name I forgot. Always yield. Okay, I forgot my opponent is playing. Green ramp. So I like Thoughtseize here. I don't think they're using their graveyard. I could actually be in for Diagraph Colossus. Seems like building out a big board could be useful. I don't need Fatal Pushes. I don't think Dark Salvation is killing very much. I could see them having things I want to fragmentize, but I don't know exactly what, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. And... I think I like the combo game plan here. I don't think I want to cut... Well, I don't like my graveyard combo stuff if they have graveyard hate. So maybe I want to cut, like, Dread Wanderers. This doesn't seem like a matchup where repeatedly bringing them back is that relevant. I could also see cutting Lilianas. Yeah, actually I can do without the Lilianas. Bring the Dread Wanderers back in. I have 6 rally effects, so I don't feel too much like I need the Lilianas as, like, to -3 to buy stuff back. I don't really care about killing creatures. Filling the yard can be useful depending on what my draw is, but I don't think I need it. Three lands, sure, looks good. Keep. Here I'm playing Crypt Breaker on 1, that's fine. I don't expect mono green to be killing creatures too early. Play Corpse Knight. Attack. I wonder what mono green does side in against me. I wonder if this deck runs like Karn the Great Creator. Rejuvenator, sure. So I play Colossus this turn, so I can try to go wide next turn with an army. Because I play the Colossus, am I drawing a card or am I attacking with Corpse Knight? I think because I have 2 rallies but only 3 lands, I think I want to draw a card. So we'll just pass. 3 Castle Garen Briggs. So you can go up to 6 creature mana. Cavalier of Thorns, okay. You get a land? So you got a forest, okay. Okay. Draw a card. That's another Diagraph Colossus. That's interesting. So I think I draw a card here because I'd really like to draw a land so I can go Colossus Cryptbreaker. Because that makes 3 more zombies. I could also Corpse Knight Cryptbreaker, which makes 2 zombies, but also drains for 1 more. Short of an Ugin, I don't think you're wiping my board, so I think I would rather just try to go as wide as I can. So I'm going to draw another card and hope for the untapped land. It is not an untapped land. So that being the case, would I rather make 2 zombie tokens or play a Colossus to go even bigger the next turn? I think I want to leave a Colossus in hand so I can rebuild if I have to. Always yield. Okay, we're in a good position. My opponent has 6 lands. 8 is a number I'm scared of. I still don't know that they run Ugin, but it seems like a reasonable possibility. That's fine. Sure. You took my Diagraph Colossus. Okay. Okay. What happens if I attack? You eat these guys, you chump 2 guys, and you take 4. It doesn't look very good. I can drain for 3 by casting a zombie. I can also make a zombie and drain for another 2. So I'm definitely casting this. This milled a Lazatep Reaver. So rallying for 2 actually gets me 6 triggers? No, 4 triggers. It's pretty good. But I can also just activate Cryptbreaker. Wait, so what happens if I activate Cryptbreaker? I drain for 2. And then if I attack with everything that can attack, eat, chump, take 3. So I can put you to 3. So I don't think I do that. I really wish I had an Tuco Husk here. I can play this land because I can draw a whole bunch of cards with my Cryptbreaker. And just use one of those lands to discard. Actually, I can do some of that now. Because if I hit more creatures, I can cast them. So let's tap the Cryptbreakers and a zombie token? That's a Corpse Knight. I wonder if I did this in the wrong order. Because that's 2 triggers. And that's 2 triggers. Oh, I didn't mean to tap all my Cryptbreakers. Dang it. Yeah, that was a mistake. Now if I attack... That's not good. That's no good. The best thing I can do... So in theory, if I hit 2 running 1-drops, I have lethal. Do I try to go for it? I don't see any reason why not. My opponent can attack for 11. Yeah, so let's do this. It's a Thoughtseize. I guess I'm interested in Thoughtseizing. Yep, I take the Ugin. No Ugin for you. My opponent could double Thought Knot, but that's fine. I don't want to draw a card now because it's not lethal, and I want untapped blockers. So that's fine. Go. Alright. So I think I'm in pretty good shape here. Just activating Crypt Breaker puts you to 1. Yep, there we go. 3-0. I like this deck. I'm really curious, like... Maybe I'll play this deck in the challenge this weekend. I'm really curious how much graveyard hate people are running. We've seen me get a lot of value out of a rally with a pretty stock graveyard. Oh. I was hoping I have time for 2 leagues tonight. I still might play another league, because I'm interested in just playing Boros Feather, just to see how that goes. It's just a deck I found to be a lot of fun. Surprised we only have 333 players in Pioneer right now. Kind of would have expected more, just because bans and all that. New format. Lots of room to brew. This is this is a really awkward pair of lands, because the first one doesn't even make the second one come and play untapped. I mean, I could go like turn 2 Crypt Breaker, turn 3 Corpse Knight, but that just seems bad, so we're not going to roll with that. This is fine. I think I put the Dreadwander at the bottom. I'd like to hang on to this rally for later, and Untitled Chapter goes well with the rally, so that's fine. Swamp, is it a mirror? It's probably just mono black aggro. Corpse Knight, Fatal Push. Okay. Rally makes me want to block here, although it shouldn't be hard for you to get the champion back. I'm really surprised. That's surprising. I guess my opponent doesn't want to help me stock my graveyard. That makes some sense. Okay, we're just going to play Crypt Breaker. We're going to put this into play tapped. That's fine. No attacks. Actually, I could have gotten in for a free point. But if Stitcher's Flyer is holding Black Blood Champion, I'm fine with that. I want the game to go long because I have graveyard combo potential. Heartless Act. Sure. I'll get it back later. Do I jump here? I think I actually don't, because I'm going to play Untitled Chapter next turn, and that threatens like a straight up block, so I'll take 3. And I'm not missing out on the chance to fill my graveyard at all, because once the Husk is in play, I can just do that whenever I want. This is annoying. I hate this card. This card is stupid. Becomes a 4/5 Death Touch? Like, how is that fair? My rally is looking not super strong. I mean, assuming I sack everything to itself, I'm only draining for 3, getting a Corpse Breaker that draws a card. And that's even, I still need to draw another land to be able to get them into the Husk back. I will get another Stitcher Supplier trigger. So that's something. You're going to destroy this. Okay. Do I want my opponent to lose 2 life? It's either my opponent loses 2 life or they are able to play the Rider later. I think I would rather they not be able to play the Rider later. And I'm going to leave the Stitcher Supplier because my opponent is almost certainly going to attack. I mean, if leaving the Stitcher Supplier causes my opponent to hold back, I'm totally fine with that. I would be extremely surprised, though. Yeah. So it's if a player lost 4 more life this turn, so I just need to block to not let that happen. That's fine. Come on, good hits. Okay, I'll take it. One Corpse Knight is pretty fine. Okay, so that's the 5th land I need to be able to get back Husk, which is good. I can even do it in combat next turn. So we'll go ahead and play this. Just hope there's no Thoughtseize or anything. I am going to get hit hard this turn. I'll take 6. That's fine. Corpse Knight is not the one that heals me, which is okay, I guess. Knight's going to get a counter. I assume Mono Black Aggro runs Thoughtseize. I guess I don't know that. Okay, that's ominous. Sure. Sure. And I will rally mid-combat. Can't do anything about this Spawn of Mayhem. That's gonna be lethal in 2 turns. So I'm gonna need to draw... How's this gonna go? I'm gonna need to draw into another rally with my Crypt Breaker is basically what this comes down to. Because if I get 2 rallies, I pretty much win. It's just that this rally is not enough. It's not gonna be enough. It's gonna be like 1, 2, 3. It's gonna be for like 8. But it doesn't heal me because I have Corpse Knights and not Wayward Servants. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to have 6 creatures in play, so I at least get to draw 2 cards. So I get like 5 cracks at hitting another rally, because I'll get to draw both on in combat. No, because all my creatures are going to die mid-combat. Maybe I'll just chump block everything then, so that I get to draw 1 card in my upkeep still, probably. Discord notifications for the time being. I don't know what with my opponent. Oh, okay. That's how you get your opponent to make a play. You complain that they're not playing. Okay. We each take 1. Combat. Attack. Rally for 3. Okay. It is indeed 8 triggers. I am able to count. Always yield, always yield. Always yield, always yield. Okay, I have some creatures. I milled a Corpse Knight, that's cool. We're destroying the Nantuko Husk. Indeed. Okay. So I think then I want to tap Nantuko Husk and the Corpse Knights, and then sack them all. And then chump block with the other 3 creatures, and draw a card. Because I want the Corpse Knights to be in the graveyard so that Actually, maybe I do it with... Well, no, the supplier's going to block and die anyway, so that's fine. So these are the ones that I want to make sure in the graveyard. Okay. This does mean I'm only going to draw 2 cards, which is not ideal, but that's fine. I wonder... Maybe I should have tried to do this so that I... Because I can block 1/1 here, 2/1 here. It would be nice to be able to kill the knight. I guess that's water under the bridge at this point. Just eat these creatures to make sure that they don't get exiled to the rally. Yes, I do indeed want to sack Natuka Husk to itself. Fizzle the Swift End. I would like to block. Fine. I would like to draw a card. I would like to draw a rally. It's not a rally. Okay. Okay. Rally. Nope. That doesn't do it. That does not do it. Okay. Next game. So you have small creatures, so I guess I would like Heartless Act. It's kind of... It's kind of mana inefficient. I'm going to be spending 2 mana to kill predominantly 1 and 2 mana creatures. Maybe I don't want all 3. Ashiok actually seems okay. This sort of deck uses its graveyard a decent amount. It uses Recursion with Scrapheap Scrounger and Dread Wanderer and Bloodsoak Champion, so that's a thought. I like Diregraph Colossus in this matchup. I'm perfectly happy to just spit out a bunch of 2/2s. So what do I not like? Do I like the graveyard stuff? It's probably good. Like, they're the better aggro deck than I am. So maybe I don't want to try to be aggressive against them. Like, I can take out the Dread Wanderers. I can take out... Maybe just, like, shave a Lazotep Reaver. I mean, I think Liliana's good. I think Dark Salvation's good in this matchup. Maybe I take out the Return to the Ranks. I didn't mean to hit that. Still thinking about the Ashioks, though. Or Tormod's Crypt. It could buy me a lot of time. It could also be extremely inconsequential. I'll try 1. I don't know what's right. Maybe I should have... Actually, no. We're going to do this instead. I don't think I need 3 Heartless Acts. I've got Fatal Push, Dark Salvation, Liliana, Kill Things, Heartless Act. I just don't feel like Heartless Act... Like, what is Heartless Act going to kill most of the time? It doesn't feel like it's going to kill anything super... Unless it's hitting Spawn of Mayhem. This hand looks bad. This hand looks okay. I have Supplier. Yeah, this is fine. I might put back a Rally. Do I need 2 rallies? Kind of hurts to put a rally back, but it's the right call, I think. I mean, besides the fact that it's like the last card in my hand that I'm going to cast, I also just don't really know that it's going to be an effective card in this game. Like, I have a Stitches Supplier, so like I'm probably gonna get a bunch of stuff that's gonna be useful to rally back. Yeah, like this is just going really well. I would rather block your Bloodsoak Champion, so I don't think I want to get in for one. Yeah, that's fine. I don't really know what else I was gonna put back anyway. I will block with this, because I want a Supplier trigger. My opponent making that attack kind of makes me think maybe they're about to play a Tormod script or something. Yeah, see, like, rallying for 2 here is just really good. I'm gonna get back 2 Drainers. Oh, that's all you had? Okay. Sure. I accept. Yeah, I'll attack. All you had on turn 2 was buyback Bloodsoak Champion. What on earth is in your hand? That deck plays all sorts of 1 and 2 mana cards. And you didn't have land. Okay. Sure, I guess. So, I have 3 creatures in my graveyard. I think I just want to... Well, no. I can't rally... I want to be careful about rallying because I don't have an Untitled Husk. So if I rally back... I might actually rally for 1, just for a Stitcher Supplier trigger. That can't be right. If I rally and get... I only have 3 creatures, but I'm going to get 3, 3, and 4 triggers off each of them. So rally is 10 damage. If I attack, presumably they block, so they go to 15, but then I put another thing back. And then rallying is worth 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. I'm still too short. I have at least another turn to live. It's just tricky because I don't have an Untitled Husk. Oh, but there's gonna be a Spawn of Mayhem. Yeah, no, okay. I think that was wrong. I think I should have attacked and then rallied. I forgot they were gonna take damage to Spawn of Mayhem. I think I still have a chance to do this right, though. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Okay. Yeah, I think I punted this game. I think I should have won the game. Yeah. It also has lifelink. Okay. Awkward, awkward, awkward. Okay. I don't think I can block. I need to draw... Just like a zombie is fine. This is not what I want. Yeah. I think I threw away any chance I had at winning this game. I'm still not dead. No, I need a block. They can also attack with the Mutavault. Yeah. This was not ideal. Well, actually, hang on. If I rally now, I get these things back. But they're... No, they would die normally. Sure. Can't stop that. But I can't block Oh, they also get them from the graveyard? Oops. Alright, well, I punted this game away. So I could have put my opponent to 2, essentially. And they would have taken a damage to their Spawn of Mayhem. They could have attacked me. I could have just taken it because I was at a high life total. They would have played the Kalitas, but it's fine. They wouldn't have had a chance to do anything with it. Because they were going to take another damage from their Spawn of Mayhem before Kalitas had a chance to gain life. So, remember that Spawn of Mayhem deals damage to them. Okay, okay. I'll rally here. I don't see a reason not to. It's going to drain for like 3. Mostly just for the Stitcher Supplier trigger. Like, in theory, if I hit like 3 drainers, I guess I could win, but that seems unlikely. Colossus? Colossus doesn't do anything. I can't do anything about that. Okay, I guess I can kill Kalitas. It's actually not. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, I'm just dead. Okay. Punted. Oh well. Still 3-1. Pretty decent. Yeah. Can't complain. Hope to finish out with the 4-1. I think I will stick around and try to play a league with Boros Feather. Just curious how that deck goes. I've also, and like I think I talked about this a bit last week, but I've mostly found myself to be a sort of combo and mid-range player, and so it's part of the reason I picked up Boros Feather in the first place. I was trying to get some more experience with just playing aggressive decks and just playing that side of the coin more. Sort of like Zombie Rally. Zombie Rally's it's not really a mid-range deck. Kind of aggro combo-ish. I guess I don't really know what to call it. Boros Feather definitely on the aggro side, though. So we played Vindicator. Vindicator ended up being weak for the Boros decks. Yeah, I mean, there's probably a build that likes it. It's just that a lot of the Boros Feather decks are just sort of targeting without really putting counters on or anything. Especially like, what's it called? God's Willing. It's protecting stuff from Fatal Push, obviously, but it's also just getting heroic triggers. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. I'm trying to stay not burning up in a hothouse, but that is appreciated. This is fine. I can play out 3 things by turn 2 and draw a card with Crypt Breaker. I have Wayward Serena and Liliana. Yeah, it was better last week because I had like a portable AC unit in my room, but I was just borrowing that from a friend, and she is home now and wanted her AC back, as makes sense. Alfredo Torres, that's like a good player, isn't it? Maybe. He has a Twitter. Yeah. Bloodsuck Champion, sure. Rematch. Do I want to be drawing cards with Crypt Breaker in this matchup? Probably. Seems really aggressive to, like, not be drawing cards. I will block with probably the Stitcher Supplier, draw some cards. Next turn I play Wayward Servant, draw another card. Scrap Heap Scrounger? Heartless Act. I mean, I guess I draw the card now. Means I don't get to block with Stitcher Supplier, but I want the card. Sure. Take 2. Wonderful. Untapped. Next turn I'll have Liliana and I can kill something. Or I might actually just mill because I don't really want to kill the Bloodsoaked Champion. I can't hit the Mutavault, so there's a good chance. I mean, I guess I could play D for Liliana. Fatal Push the Wayward Servant, sure. Sure. Okay, so if I Liliana plus, I hang back, play D. The next turn I'll probably be able to play like Wayward Servant and Crypt Breaker and Falmar Knight, which seems really good. Or have Fatal Push up for something else. Yeah, I like this. I don't really like killing any of these creatures. I do get the drain and pass. Maybe I could have attacked with Dread Wanderer. No, I think I want to block everything because I don't want Lily to take 2. I want Lily to survive after -3ing. This is probably a Swift End on Liliana. No? What does Mono Black Aggro run for 4 mana? Four mana. This is just a full price, whatchamacallit, Spawn of Mayhem? I don't really understand the issue here. Yeah, Swift End. Makes sense. Can't do anything about that. I think I'm content to, mill 3 here. I've lost 2 rally effects. Stitcher Supplier isn't really doing anything for me. I guess I can... Well... I can attack for 4 to my opponent's 2. I have a Fatal Push for the Mutavault. My opponent has 3 cards in hand, though. No, I mean, I want to be playing the long game here. I think I win the long game. What do I mill? 2 Husk, fine. Corpse Knight, sure. I wonder if my opponent attacks with a Mutavault, if I should push it. No, you're playing a Spawn of Mayhem. You're playing a Rankle. Okay. That's a card. This is not a card I remembered that they play. Can't block. Presumably I'm going to have to discard this Fatal Push. Player discards a card. There's no way I can make this work, right? Sure. Urborg. Okay. Okay. Crypt Breaker. I can attack for... I can also play a Dread Wanderer. Can attack for 5? That has to be it, right? I'm not drawing cards at this point. Attack. Crypt Breaker. Dread Wanderer. Do your worst. I mean, I'd love to have a 2/3 Corpse Knight. I feel like they probably don't exist on Moto. That's a Murderous Rider. What happens if I attack? I deal 4 damage and they gain 2. They also have a Mutavault up. This is a Murderous Rider. Okay. Not out of the woods yet. That is just one of the funniest, like, whatchamacallit, printing issues that I've ever seen. Just like having a completely different power and toughness. So this is lethal, right? I play the Wayward Servant, drain for 1, and then I draw a card with Crypt Breaker and make a zombie. I need to make sure I don't tap the Crypt Breaker. Cool. Cool. How did I sideboard last time? I think I brought in 2 Heartless Acts, 2 Diagraph Colossus. I cut the... What did I cut? I cut the Dread Wanderers. I think I cut the Return to the Ranks. And I think I brought in an Ashiok for Liliana. Liliana seemed pretty good there, though. I mean, I didn't see my opponent use the graveyard, but I'm pretty sure there's on a pretty stock mono black list that I expect to use it. I saw the Bloodsoak Champion. We'll roll with that. Two lands, no white. But I do get to go Crypt Breaker and a Lazotep Reaver. I think it's okay, because I can start drawing on turn 2. Yeah, I'd rather do this. I'd rather just play my line of cards and, like, break that up by Fatal Pushing. I do need to draw lands. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's not what I need. Yeah, I mean, this was definitely a risk of keeping this hand. I think I'm fine trading here. I can push the Scrap Heap Scrounger. I just want to slow the game down because I'm kind of clogged on lands here. That's good. I was going to Fatal Push the Scrounger, and then my opponent is like, they either have to exile the Bloodsoak Champion. Actually, I might still do this anyway. So I push the Scrounger. They can't get back Bloodsoak Champion because they don't have anything to attack with. They could get back the Scrap Heap Scrounger, but then they have to exile their Bloodsoak Champion, and I count that as a win. They could attack with their Mutavault, but then they have no mana to get the Bloodsoak Champion back. So I think I'm still going to Fatal Push the Scrap Heap Scrounger. The upside to playing Husk is that I can sack the Reaver to the Husk and block the Scrap Heap Scrounger. My opponent missed the land drop, too. Yeah, I think this is just going to set you back a ways. I'm more excited for Postban Pioneer or trying Double Masters Limited on Moto. Honestly, I have, like, never been super into the, like, reprint master sets stuff. If they ever bring it to Arena, like, I'd probably be all over that, just because I can, like, I have plenty of golden gems to do that with. I wasn't really even planning on looking into Double Masters, though. I might do, like, one. But, I mean, a lot of the fun of limited formats to me is, like, getting good enough that, like, playing and drafting them enough that I you know all the ins and outs and archetypes and such. I mean, I guess I assume there's Phantom Double Masters Limited at least. I don't know, I might try some. I'm definitely, like, super into Pioneer, though. Like, I played a lot of this format in November or whenever, when it first came out. It's a ton of fun. I think I play... Nantuko Husk is the better blocker. If I play Wayward Servant, I can start getting Wayward Servant triggers. My opponent's definitely, like, clogged up on what they're doing. I think I'd just rather play a better defensive card. I can't attack here. Yeah, and I mean, also, especially on Moto, like, the rares are probably not worth all that much. I guess I don't know that for sure. Do I actually make this trade? This might be wrong. Like, you can just buy it back, but then you're spending your turn to do that, but maybe you don't have anything to do, so maybe you're happy with that. I also let you do that. I mean, in theory, you can say that about, like, any format, though, right? Like, sure, standards, like, you know, sure, rotation happens and the standard's gonna be fun until, like, the 2 to 3 busted decks come out, and, like, I mean, it's like that sometimes, but, I mean, Modern is a ton of fun because you can play, like, literally anything. That's an interesting play on 3. Like, you're stuck on 2 lands for a long time, you finally hit your 3rd land drop, and you play something that doesn't even attack or block. Interesting. Always yield, always yield. Attack. It's funny, I don't feel like I've ever gotten particularly good at cube drafting. This is annoying. I'm gonna have to, like, send Stitcher Supplier into it in order to get Fatal Push active. What does Rally get back for me? Rally gets me a Crypt Breaker, a Lazotep Reaver. With another land, it gets me a Husk and a Diagraph Colossus. I do have the Husk, so I can sacrifice everything, which is good. Where do my opponent get energy from? Artist, Aether, Sphere Harvester, which gets lifelink. Do I play Liliana here? This is only creatures dying, right? Not, like, from deck, yeah. So I could play Liliana. I would really like to play Liliana and kill Kalidas. That doesn't work. Like, I kind of think I just have to go ahead, block Kalidas with the Stitcher Supplier, and then Fatal Push the Kalidas. It's a really anemic line, though, and I'm trying to see if there's something better. Like, I don't necessarily hate Liliana Mill, but then my opponent crews Aethersphere Harvester with Kalidas and activates Mutavault, and then attacks with the Mutavault. And I have to block the Mutavault to protect the Liliana, which means I lose a creature, and I don't have the Fatal Push up. I would rather make that play when I have another land. So I don't think I get to do that, unfortunately. The interesting thing about Cube Draft is, like again, I like playing limited formats when I am able to play them enough times to, like, learn the archetypes. And, like, I've just never really done that with Cube Draft. I mean, maybe I should just get into it more because the cube probably isn't going to change that much from you know, one time it's around to another. This is not going to die, and I'm not going to get the trigger. That's really annoying. But I definitely need the Wayward Servant to not be exiled, so that's how this has to be, I guess. Gets lifelink, sure. New farms for a set strategy figured out. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I'm really enjoying about having a Mana Traders thing. Like, I played a lot of Pioneer when the format was still being explored. Cast Kalitas. Go away. You are oppressing the entire point of my deck. I guess you could read that to be new formats being either constructed or limited formats, which, yeah, true for both. Although, like, limited I think is still pretty fresh for either. So if I play Liliana Mill, I might actually rather just, like, play Liliana cast Crit Breaker? That's kind of weird. If I play Liliana Mill also gets me more stuff for Rally. If I play Liliana Mill, can I protect Lily? Because it's probably like Night Crew, Aether Sphere, that's 3 automatically, and then I can't block either of these two. So I could play Liliana just an expensive Mill 3? That sucks, but I don't see a better thing to do. The better thing to do is to rally. If I rally for 3, I get Crypt Breaker, Lazotep Reaver, and Nantuko Husk Diagraph Colossus. If I do that mid-combat, I could probably ambush a lot of stuff. But they're just going to get it all back, and I can't block the Aether Sphere Harvester. I think I just try to set up for a better rally. It's not a strong Liliana, but it's what I've got. That hit and Tugo Husk, which is okay. Sure. Oh, jeez. That's bad. That is bad. These are at Lily. This is at me. I don't see a benefit to blocking the Scrap Heap Scrounger, so that's fine. Lifelink, yeah. Liliana down. I get Stitcher Supplier and Rally for 2. I feel like I kind of have to mid-combat rally, draw some cards with Crypt Breaker, sack some things in Tuco Husk, and Tuco Husk gets to eat some things, and then try to go from there, but everything that dies is just giving Kalitas zombies. Maybe I hope the Kalitas attacks, but Kalitas can just eat zombies. I guess not if we're doing this. So this might mean I need to rally now and then sacrifice. I don't know if this is right. I think I definitely bring in an extra Heartless Act for these Kalitases next game. Okay, so I'm going to tap 3 creatures. I'm going to tap this and this. This, I guess. And then I'm going to sack this. I guess that doesn't even... Yeah, I made this play because I was trying to protect Wayward Servant from being exiled, but it's getting exiled anyway. This does at least, like, stop the Kalitas from attacking for a turn, because it gets blocked by the giant Diagraph Colossus, but yeah, because all the stuff is about to die. I mean, I'll draw a bunch of cards. I guess if I draw Heartless Act, this all sort of works out. No, no such luck. Now rarely gets me nothing back, basically. Do you have a Corpse Knight? So I can go like Diagraph Colossus Corpse Knight. And I'm sort of just spinning my wheels here. Just gonna move on. We want the other Heartless Act because of Kalidas. I think I can just take this. Well, Eshiak would have been really good that game. It's the Kalidas really that kills me. I think they're putting on enough pressure. It's hard to use the Liliana. Although I am on the play. It's like it's good if I'm ahead. That's fine, I guess. I'll go first. This is fine. I guess it's not amazing, but it's functional. It's definitely subpar. Cast Foulmire Knight. It's funny, like, switching back and forth between Moto and Arena, that you, like, in Arena, you just drag this out, and you just click on the whatever thing you're supposed to click on, and it's so much simpler. I would make this trade, so I'm not going to attack. There's so much more fiddly. There's no, like, auto-tapper here. There's no... I don't know. I guess... I don't know if making these blocks is wrong or not. Like, even if you spend the 2 mana to rebuy it, like... I'm kind of okay with that. I really want to save this Heart Sack for Kalidas. I could kill, like, Knight or something, but... it just doesn't feel worthwhile. Unfortunately, if you play a land, yeah, so this can pump this, and it gets a counter. Which I don't intrinsically hate. Okay, no pump. So it's not getting a counter, but you are playing a lot of stuff. Sure. So I just play Wayward Servant, Lazotep Reaver, drain a bit. Is there a Kalidas? Oh, that's disgusting. Yeah. Yep. That makes my rally real bad. Okay. Can draw with Castle Lockswain. Do that on end step in case I want a Heartless Act. Not getting much attacking done here. Dread Wanderer, fine. Is this another Legion's End? Sure, I mean, I guess. You gonna fatal push my Foulmire Knight? You gonna fatal push my token? Why would you not fatal push my Death Toucher? I don't really want this to get counters. This is the most damage. I guess I still, yeah. Sure. Now that I'm on your end step, draw a card, go to 9. Diagraph Colossus is actually pretty okay. Do you have zombies? I can actually, I can actually kill this Dread Wanderer for 1 mana. It's really amusing. I think I play Diagraph Colossus and hold up. Heartless Act? And I probably have to play Heartless Act on some creature and not Kalidas this turn. Diagraph Colossus being a 4/4 is really nice. My opponent's empty-handed now. Okay, so I'm going to block. It doesn't really matter if I block Bloodsoak Champion or Dread Wanderer. They're both coming back. But I'm going to Heartless Act the Knight of the Ebon Legion. So I guess I'll spend the... I guess I'll leave the one that makes you pay 3 mana? Sure. Destroy target creature with no counters on it. That's fine. Yep, you got that back. That's fine. Sure. Not really getting anywhere here. I guess I just make 2/2/2s. It's pretty reasonable. The fact that, yeah. Target player. Target. Bloodsoak Champion. This is currently 2. Sure. I don't want to attack with the Colossus, because... Do I want to attack with the Colossus, actually? No, I need to play defense here. Oh, you get a Scrap Heap Scoundrel back, too. Yeah, see, this is why I need to be playing defense. All rally gets me is 2 Foulmire Knights. Yep, draw cards. It's not good. Attacks? Yeah, I mean, you're trading... I could use my Ashiok here. Yeah, Scavenger is a fun standard card. I played that standard. Like, in paper. I don't play standard paper that much. Bloodsoak Champion, yep. Swamp. Do I rally? Rally doesn't do anything for me. I kind of want to Heartless Act Castle Lockswain. Castle Lockswain, I lose 3 life. But I just want to draw, like, if I just draw zombies, then I get Diagraph Colossus triggers. I could also swing for 6, but then my opponent gets to swing for 4. I could leave a Heartless Act. Let's... It's awkward too, because I could, like... If I would be able to Heartless Act the Bloodsoak Champion and prevent my opponent from getting anything back, but the Dread Wanderer comes back, the Mutavault attacks, yeah, the Scrap Heap Scoundrel comes back, that doesn't make any sense. I think I draw a card here. Okay, I was asking for that. Can't play it. Now I'm interested in this game going a little longer. Esper Treasure. Was that like that macabre marionette thing? Marionette Master? Swift End. Okay. Hidden Stockpile Treasure Map Marionette Master, yeah. Okay, so... I block this, and Heartless Act this. Destroy target creature with no counters on it. Now that's gone. You're gonna rebuy something, presumably. It's just a Bloodsoaked Champion. You do have a Mutavault. Actually, can I even play this Ashiok? Okay, so I'm gonna play this Ashiok, and then I have Rally for 1 to buy back 2 Foulmire Knights. This is really stupid. But the alternative is to get back Diagraph Colossus and 2 Foulmire Knights, which also just, like, doesn't do anything. I'm gonna mill myself, because I could hit a Crypt Breaker, and a Crypt Breaker, okay. That lets me draw a card, Tezzeret. It's funny, we've gotten to a point where, like, you name a Planeswalker, and I really don't necessarily know what card you're talking about anymore. I mean, this happens with, like, everybody, with, like, Chandra, with Nissa, with, like... I mean, I think I know which Tezzeret you're talking about, but it's still kind of ambiguous. Rally for 1. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Block, block. And these have Death Touch. I'm actually going to do this because I want them back in the graveyard. Yeah. Actually, my opponent is smart. He's going to order blockers to, like, not kill my Crypt Breakers. Actually, so I actually should have done 2 Crypt Breakers on one of these. If I was smart. Stitcher Supplier, that's something. I need to draw a Rally, though. Nope, my opponent killed everything. I assume my opponent plays Murder Strider here. They get Bloodsoaked Champion back. And they play a Bloodsoaked Champion from hand. Okay. Rally, fine. So I play this. I play this. Do I draw a card first or do I mill first? It's just completely random. I'm going to mill first. I draw with Castle Loxwain. And I draw a Corpse Knight. Okay, I'm not dead yet. Now I'm dead. Sad face. Make a treasure, get my yeah. Yep, that's the match. Alright, well, 3 and 2. I feel like the deck is still fine. I lost both my mono black aggro matchups. I wonder if I should tilt towards that in sideboarding. Alright, let's look at the deck for a minute here. I feel like the main deck is fine. Dark Salvation's probably the worst card here. Yeah, I think I could see cutting the Dark Salvations. I wouldn't mind going up on Diagraph Colossuses. I wouldn't mind going up on, like, some sort of Lord effect. Lord of the Accursed, I think it is. That gives you a really good way to push through damage. But otherwise, I'm pretty happy with the main deck. The Return of the Ranks, I didn't see in action too much. They're probably okay. You're definitely hurting to get some more rally effects in your deck, so I don't mind having 2. The original deck list I saw had 4 return and 2 rally, which I think is pretty wrong. But I'm definitely not an expert. The sideboard I think could definitely use some work. I mean, it's definitely like I'm recording this on the first day after the surprise ban announcement, so we don't know entirely what we're gunning for here. I think the biggest question is like how much we care about hitting opposing graveyard hate. I had these fragmentizes and never felt like I wanted to bring them in. It's also kind of just a guessing game when you would even want to bring them in, because any opponent could have a Grafdigger's Cage in their sideboard or Tormod's Crypt. But we're not even, like, we can... I feel like the thing I might rather do is just, like, stick 8 Lord effects in my sideboard, and maybe not 8, but, like, 4 or 5 or 6 or something. And if I feel like my graveyard strategy is bad, just put in a bunch of Lords. Just not really feeling the fragmentizes. Is there an actual combo kill? Is the main plan draining? I mean, you can do a few different things with this deck. You can... I think you might be thinking this is the knight that with the drain effect. This is just here because it's another 1-mana creature, and you need a certain amount of 1-mana creatures in this sort of deck. I mean, the main plan ideally is to rally back like 2 of these drainers and like 6 or 7 other creatures, and you fill your graveyard with Stitcher Supplier or just through combat and drawing cards. And then you can just sort of drain your opponent out for 20. I don't know if you saw my ridiculous down to the wire win in, I think it was match 2. You can go back and look at the VOD for that if you want. I'm saving all the VODs on my channel. And yeah, sideboarding a card to deal with sideboard card. I mean, certain decks have to do that, right? Like, if you think about Modern, like, any sort of dedicated combo deck, like Dredge or, like, Storm, like, you have to bring in, you know, some sort of Unsubstantiate to hit the Storm Hate card. Or the, you know, some sort of Abrupt Decay to hit the Rest in Peace or whatever. But this deck is not so much concerned with its graveyard that it needs to do that. Like, I feel like, especially if we sideboard in the Lords, we can just sort of attack with zombies to win the game. So I think if I play this deck in the future, I will put some Lords in the sideboard instead of the Fragmentizes, and maybe squeeze, like, I might even squeeze some Lords main deck over, like, the Dark Salvation. He thinks the other one at the end with the Crypt Breaker zombie for the drain. I think that was one where I had exactly lethal, right? There's a match before that where I was racing the clock to click on all the triggers. It was I literally won with 1 second left on the clock. It was something.